With over 50% of marriages ending in divorce today in the United States, divorce is one of the most common ways that your average person will interact with the legal system. If you think about it, just about everyone knows someone who's been divorced at some point. People end up having to go back to court a few times, typically, from issues ranging with problems with custody or visitation, and child support often needs to be modified, particularly if your children are very young when you get divorced. But if you don't have legal experience, it can be intimidating on trying to figure out where to begin, what to do. The number one thing you need to do is seek legal advice, so you know what your options are, what's going to work for your fact situation. There are a lot of armchair attorneys out there who want to give you legal advice, want to tell you do this, don't do that, but really the only person that can truly tell you is a lawyer, and your lawyer, because every case is different. And there's also a lot of misconceptions flying around out there. Once you select your attorney, they'll explain the different options to you. With divorce, essentially, there's two different ways you can get divorced, the easy way and the hard way. The easy way is what a lot of people refer to as an uncontested divorce. And essentially what that means is a lawyer will represent one of the spouses in the marriage, draw up an agreement that has all the terms that will become the terms of your divorce. If you own a home, it will address what happens to the home. If you have children, it will address the custody and visitation arrangements, child support, marital debts and personal property and any other assets. Retirement's a potential issue. Once those papers are drawn up to your satisfaction, they'll be sent to the other party for their review. One common misconception out there is a lot of people still think that if you do an uncontested divorce, one attorney can represent both of the parties, the husband and the wife, and that is not the case. There are ethical restrictions on that attorneys must abide by, and the reason is you know, once you're getting divorced, no matter how amicable you want it to be, your interests are adverse to each other in a sense. And an attorney cannot competently represent both parties in that type of case. The other way to get divorced is what's referred to as a contested divorce. And the way this starts is one party will retain their attorney, file a complaint for divorce, and get a trial date set with the court. The other person has to be served with your complaint, and they have to have sufficient notice before a trial can be held. Typically, a contested case will be set about, in Mobile County at least, approximately 6 months out from when you file it. Most of the time, a case is not going to be tried to its completion the first time that it's set, so I would estimate the average time a contested case is pending in Mobile is about 12 months. Even if you file a contested divorce, though, you still have the option to settle your case if you and your spouse can come to a reasonable agreement, you know, that both parties are, if not happy with, at least can live with.